Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to make my easy chicken enchilada casserole. And this is one of the recipes that when people ask me, like my friend April called me one time and was like, I need a good recipe to make for my family tonight. And I was like, I got you, girl. This is the easiest thing. You can't find fresh chicken. The best thing to do is get those rotisserie chickens that are already cooked and just shred them up. But I have some chicken tenders here, so we're going to use those. And then you need enchilada sauce. You can make your own if you want, but we're trying to keep it easy here. Mozzarella cheese, sour cream, salt and pepper, some whipped cream cheese. Whipped. When I say whipped, it's really light and fluffy, and it's just easier to work with. You'll be happy about that. Trust me, you'll be happy. I told you about that one. Onion, garlic. You need Pam for your baking dish here, and then olive oil is going to be for your pan to cook your chicken. Oh, what's wrong with my pan? This is what tortillas we had left over. We have a ton of corn tortillas, and I have some shredded cheese here also that I'm going to put on the top. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why they gave me fat-free. I did not order fat-free. I'll tell you why. I'm hefty. So use whichever tortillas you like. I like to use these on the bottom, the flour tortillas, and then these in the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna start cooking the chicken. And always make sure to wipe off your cutting board after you have things on it, because you wanna make sure that you don't contaminate whatever you're gonna chop up for your family. Clean. So I like to start off with the vegetable oil and get a good sear on the chicken, and then once our oil has disappeared, I add the olive oil next to finish it off. Our oil's getting a little low, so now I'm going to add my olive oil and let it finish cooking in some olive oil. So since the chicken's got a good sear on it, we're going to add just half of a little onion. I'm going to get some slices here. This is optional, you don't have to do this, but I think it gives the chicken really good flavor. Okay, so let's add our onions. And I just peeled the garlic, and I'm just gonna throw it in there like that. Once it sits in the oil, you mix it around and it'll infuse the oil with the garlic and onion flavor. And then the chicken will taste delicious. So I'm gonna let the chicken cook. It's been cooking now for a good 5 minutes. I put my lid, I know, if you've seen my videos before, you know that I don't have a lid for this pan because I dropped it once. And I have new pans, but ask me why I use this one. I don't know. So just make sure you cover it with a lid that fits, but it'll be just fine in there. Cook it for about maybe 4 more minutes because these are small pieces. Okay, so while the chicken's cooking, let's get started on our filling. So we're gonna add some mozzarella cheese, shredded mozzarella. Don't get the fat-free, it's terrible. Okay, so since I'm only making a small batch of this, I'm only gonna use half the container of the whipped cream cheese and half of my sour cream. The rest will go back in the fridge so Jose can dip chips in it like he does. And that's it. That's your filling right there that you're gonna use in between the layers. Just give it a good stir. Just making sure you're holding it down while I'm cooking. You go, girl. Okay, so when I tell you this is like the easiest recipe you'll ever make, I'm not lying. We can complicate it really fast and like make our own sauce and make our own tortillas and do all kinds of crazy stuff, but we're not gonna do that. So all I do is I just cut my tortillas in strips like that, and I layer them in. I don't warm them up. I don't do anything crazy. So what I like to do with this mozzarella cheese ball thing is I take it and this is my little remix. Every time I make a recipe, I just change it up every time. I add something different, a little spin on it just to make it good. Did you hear me? I like stutter in my throat. Just to make it different. I think because I was chopping and I'm like, because my chin's so chubby. So you just get this cheese and you slice it, and we're gonna put this in the middle layer for a little surprise. Okay, are you guys ready for the easiest recipe you've ever seen? You need your baking dish, shredded tortillas, some surprise cheese, the cheese mixture. I put my green sauce in a pitcher because it's easier to pour like that. And then there's some of my chicken chopped up and our dish. So let's Pam it up first. Oh, there's my little Camilla Catherine, named after my Nana. Pam it up. Okay, and I like to add a little bit of sauce on the bottom. Oh, JJ, I'm recording. I have to tell him that so he doesn't do weird stuff. Never mind, I think he was gonna do something weird. Okay, so let's put the flour tortillas on the bottom. Just layer them in like that. And if you want to throw some green onions in here, my Nana used to throw some olives on the top. That was always good. Look, there's no like method to this. Just cover the bottom. Okay, so on your layers, this is why I use the whipped cream cheese, because it's easier to spread. Just do a layer of your mix. In there. A little bit of sauce in there. And then we add the corn tortillas and just layer them in. Cover up your chicken as good as you can. And then you're just gonna keep layering, add your cheese mixture, and keep on going. See why we use that whipped? Easy to spread. This, the surprise cheese, that's just gonna add a little extra melty layer of cheese. Make this look crazy. Like this doesn't have to be pretty. You want it to look like rustic. Okay, so we're going in at 400 degrees for 30 minutes, okay? See you in 30. Okay, at 25 minutes, I'm gonna pull it out and sprinkle some cheese on top. So I changed it up and I added some cheddar. What is it? Cheddar jack cheese. Sprinkle that, I'm gonna put it back in the oven. Okay, we're going back in for about 5 more minutes, and what I like to do, I just turn my oven off, and it's still gonna cook in there. Don't open your oven up. At this point, we really just wanna melt the cheese, so let's check back on it in about 10 minutes. And here it is. What did I tell you? Look at that cheese. See, when you turn your oven off, it still stays warm enough to melt the cheese. So let's let it stand for a good 10 minutes or so, so we can cut into it. I was so afraid to cut into this, but it came out beautiful. I didn't have any black olives, so I just threw some green olives on there, put a little salsa and sour cream at the bottom, and you're ready to go. I hope you guys like this recipe. And from me, and my food, to you, happy cooking.